Hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls, people of all ages, sexualities, and identities, and welcome back to another Doctor Who review. And today's Doctor Who review is none other than Max Warp. So, what is Max Warp about, you may be asking? Well, essentially, the Doctor is taking Lucy to a planet in which they are, well, the best way to put it is they're kind of advertising rocket ships and spaceships the same way as when you watch a show like Top Gear. They're testing them to their limits and showing the durability of the machine. However, when Lucy arrives, she calls the Doctor the worst date in the world and pretty much says she doesn't quite get why he's obsessed with spaceships. Then she mocks the TARDIS and calls it a shed. To which, obviously, the Doctor gets really annoyed and frustrated with her and naturally calls her out. Meanwhile, elsewhere, the pair of them start to notice that the TV show is going on in the background, and we realise that someone who is in a car gets crashed into a moon. Sorry, did I say car? I meant rocket ship. Back to the story though. So, someone in a rocket ship who was circling around the moon gets crashed into a moon, and a conspiracy begins to open up. It turns out that the inhabitants of the world are currently in peace meetings with a other life form who have been perfecting and developing a lot of the technology. The Doctor and Lucy decide to play Sherlock Holmes and Watson, to which Lucy has a great chant in this story, which is like, "Go Sherlock, go Sherlock." But yeah, essentially, the pair of them go investigating, and halfway through investigating, they get into a little bit of trouble because it seems like whoever's behind this attempt on someone's life essentially has tried to kill Lucy and the Doctor off. Well, at least that's what they believe at first, until they realise that when they think they're about to crash into a moon, just like the other guy, turns out, in fact, they were in a flight simulator the whole time. The Doctor tries to play it off in this story by essentially saying to Lucy that he knew it was a simulation the whole time, to which Lucy blatantly slags him off for and goes, "Come on, you literally tried to fix the flight computer. You can't try and pretend like you weren't scared." Then the pair of them go off, and Lucy decides to investigate the people at the news station and the people who are producing the TV show to see if any of them have any grudges. She soon begins to get an idea of who could be guilty when one of the TV presenters points out that he was appalled by the war and wants it to never happen again. Yet he also, at the same time, seems to have a kind of racist slander against the other species. He believes that they are inferior, or more to the point, he believes that he wants them wiped out. The Doctor and Lucy then get caught up in another bit of espionage when the Doctor goes missing and Lucy is on the hunt for him. Lucy manages to meet back up with the President when she doesn't find the Doctor, and the Doctor miraculously appears out of nowhere and begins to warn the fleet that if any of them try to leave the planet, there has been a computer bug that will essentially chuck them into a moon. They manage to resolve the situation by proving who the real guilty party is, who essentially was the guy in control of the station the whole time. However, this murder mystery twist of this story is absolutely baffling and hilarious because no one has actually died. It turns out that they thought they'd killed the guy in the beginning. He didn't die, he's just been disguising himself the whole time as a robot. Then we believe that they've killed the ambassador. They didn't kill the ambassador, so he's not dead. And then, yeah, it just kind of turns out that at the end of this murder mystery, the Doctor points out that everyone's alive, and it was more attempted murder than murder. However, there was one victim of this plan. There was one person believed to be dead halfway through this, and that was one of the people involved at the station. The Doctor and Lucy then go back to the TARDIS, to which the Doctor is baffled when Lucy says she prefers the TARDIS to all the other spaceships on the basis that it can actually go in space and time. To which the Doctor is proud up until she calls it a shed. So, Max Warp, what did I think of this story? Well, personally, I absolutely love the storytelling. I love the background to it, and I love the kind of twists and turns as the story goes along. And for that reason, I give Max Warp a solid 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next Doctor Who review. Until then, goodbye, stay beautiful, and have an incredible day.